Hey, wizards, guess what? It is Kieran Ashhammer. I'm back for the Dual School Fire and Storm walkthrough. Wow, look at that meteorite coming straight down from us. Okay, anyways, meteorite comet, actually. Pretty cool. Sorry, just looking at it. Okay, anyways, we're here, and we got to get going. Let's talk to Zaylin Reedwalker.
The Shadow Queen's first act was to take over the Pyramid of the Black Sun. The Black Sun necromancers have long been entrusted with preparing our dead for proper burial. But now they have fallen into the Shadow Queen's web of corruption. Who knows what terrible secrets they taught her? Young magician, you have already proven yourself capable of tackling the Shadow Queen's forces. We need to investigate the central chamber of the Pyramid of the Black Sun and determine the Shadow Queen's true goals. Go search the pyramid. You'll have to get permission from the King's Guard, Acosta Hanging Moss.
Alrighty, we're about to get into our first big part of this arc. So, before we get started, guys, I want to do something I haven't done for a while. Let's do a run-through of our gear and how our wizard is and our stats and everything and where we're at. So we are essentially starting at level 80 Archmage here in Azteca, which is that's the Azteca. Azteca is like level 80 to level 90. And again, we are doing on level in all things, so we're not doing side quest up level or anything. We got our health of 3276, mana 436, experience, yeah. Training points, I've got 4 training points. That's cool, but unfortunately, training spells can be difficult sometimes to train what you want, because right now, unfortunately, dual schooling, we got to craft spells, but we don't have access to a lot of the materials that we need to craft spells. We need to get up a few more levels, so that's a kind of a challenging point. Like, we look at our crafting thing, because I think I bought some of the recipes already. So if we hop on in here, and if we check these out, like Catalan, if we want to craft Catalan, we've got to get Catalan. We've got to get Amethyst, no problem. Got to get Ghostfire, no problem. Water Lilies, that'll be more of a pain in the butt, but we can do that. Bronze Gears, that'll be the challenge. But we do got the amber. You know what? Maybe we should start crafting some. Because now that we've got the amber mining that we've been doing, or should I say the amber farming that we've been doing, is paying off. So we actually could pull this off. You know, I need to start thinking about this, guys. We're still away from Hammer of Thor. That's a cool spell. Notice that these all have Arch Mastery things on it too. That's going to be a challenge because we got to think about that as well. Hephaestus, especially since we're doing life as our Archmaster. I like Hephaestus. Pretty cool spell. You know, it's a utility type of spell. And Queen Calypso, she's a pretty cool spell too. Puts up a shield and everything. I believe. I don't think it's an AoE. I wish Queen Calypso was. I don't think she is. Well, anyways, those are our possibilities right there as far as for crafting spells right now. We have enough amber to actually craft Catalan. We might consider crafting Catalan. That's a pretty, like six pretty hard hitter single hit spell. We've already got good spells like that already in our deck. Like, for instance, that would be comparable to, well, actually, Kraken's a better deal at 520 to 580. Stormzilla is a much better deal at 650 series. See, that's the problem with some of the crafted spells, is that Stormzilla is a better deal. If I'm going to hit something, it's better to hit it with Stormzilla. So, yeah, I don't know. I don't know if it's going to be worth crafting it. I'll probably do it to complete it. Oops, I didn't want to tag all those guys out. My bad. But we might want to consider that as well. In fact, let's go ahead and throw a few more Tempest there in the deck there as well. Now we might go ahead and consider crafting Feint. Not crafting Feint, but using Feint to go ahead and, but going and training Feint, because having that in my actual deck could be pretty useful. Now my fire spells are going well as planned. Everything's good. I've got all my, only need one gem. And, gosh, that guy's a hard hitter right there for 9. Too bad I can't use him in actual PvE combat. Okay, well, anyways, here we go. So, there we are. So, we might consider doing some of that. But going back to our character stats. So, let's see here. We have 72 damage. and 71 damage. Pretty even, which is not bad for doing dual school. So I use a couple gems, give me an additional 26 points damage on fire. Got resistance to storm as well as ice, which is nice. Accuracy on my storm is pretty solid too. So that's very nice. So we've got a pretty good dual school going. My critical is pretty solid on both of those. So is my block rating. Armor piercing it is what it is. I love the healing in of 24%. That's pretty nice and helpful. Power pips at 65. That I'd love to see that up way higher. So we might be selecting some more gear to help us get there as well. Archmaster at 64, which is fine. I think our base is 64, so I don't think that's up any difference anyways. But that's okay. So that is a quick update on our wizard. Okay, well, let's go talk to Acosta Hanging Moss over here in 3 Points. He's the guy in charge around here in this area. Is he? Oh, I might be wrong. Yeah, he's up here in the temple. Okay. Now, I think we might have to do a few things to be able to get into the temple. I don't know. Maybe Hanging Moss will help us in. I remember this is like one of the first big boss fights in the game, so let's find out.
You, hairy and scaleless one, what are you doing here? The Pyramid of the Black Sun is closed to all on the King's order.
That's what I thought was going to happen.
To enter, you'll need to speak to the King directly, but you won't see an outsider on a whim. Befriend Yakate Farwalker first.
Now that's good advice. Wow, guys, look at this place. I never thought to get a picture up here like this. Here, I'm sorry. I'm going to get a picture. There we go. Yep, because it's cool. Anyways, very nice. I love how this place looks. It's so awesome. Okay, let's go talk to Yakate Farwalker. Okay, because they're going to help me figure this king thing. Yep, we got to talk to the King Raptor. Whoa.
What have we here? Some kind of plucked bird? No, too hairy, but not enough for an old cat. Perhaps you are a hairless jaguar cub. You wish to see King Axaya Knife Moon? The new king? First of his name? The young ruler? The untested and the desperate? Axaya, son of Tizozumak. He who never ruled but was married to the princess of Totosli. Last and only child of Ilwikamina.
Wow, this guy does not think much of the king, does he?
The great king Ilwikamina, the Sky Archer, the Thunder Lizard, the ruler of the Triple Alliance, the tyrant of Azteca. You need a gift of shochia flowers for the king. Find them by the hot pools. Then go for a dip. You have an outsider smell. Once you have the gift and cleaned yourself up, then you can see the king.
Okay, well, let's go take a bath and go ahead and find some flowers. Luckily enough, the flowers, easy to find. Now let's go ahead and hop on into the bath.
Whew. You must admit, washing away the grime of spiral door travel does make you feel better. And you smell very pretty now, too.
Very nice. Look at that. What a nice cinematic picture. Wait till there we go. The words are gone. Got a picture. Very good. Nice. I'm sorry. I do like to take pictures. It's just one of the things you got to deal with me in my walkthroughs as I will. Ooh. Mangrove. Very good. Mandrake. Okay, let's try this again. In. Hey, they let me through. There we go. Axaya Knife Moon.
Who are you that brings a war challenge directly to the fangs of King Axaya Knife Moon? And why do you smell so pretty? Do you wish to formally declare a challenge for the throne of Azteca?
Okay, apparently I had some bad advice.
Although you initiated a war challenge that could only result in one of our deaths, I will ignore it as you are an outsider.
That should be like the theme of this game, is getting bad advice.
Perhaps next time you will take the time to learn about a new culture before you accidentally offend someone.
Thank you.
However, you are just in time. I need someone like you.
Alrighty.
Who can bully their way into strange and possibly hostile areas.
Okay.
The royal badge of leadership was lost in Cenote when the Hungry Dead arose. Can you find it? I'd search the Trias Palace.
Well, I guess we will go and do that then. To the cenote, the Trias Palace. Apparently we're still having that bug going on with our wizard and him floating around in weird places. Hopefully King's Eye will get all these little bugs. Okay. To the palace. We gotta head over to the palace. Now we are going to get some new spells up here, right? That's what these trainers are for. But we gotta do the quest for them, as I recall. Yeah. So I gotta relook up the quests. I'm not sure if they're actually in my main quest line, but or things I have to pick up. I'll have to check on it. We'll see. Okay, here we are, back to the cenote. Let's go to the Trias Palace.
It's clear a great battle was fought here recently. Wait, is that someone over there? She doesn't look like a zombie.
Please, can you help me? If you can drive the Hungry Dead back, I'll never make it. The Thunderhorn zombies and Moonsoul zombies are both hungry.
Ah, yes, here we go. Now, if you thought back in Zafaria, the my wizard looks so funny. The destruction of the I'm sorry, I'm laughing at the way I look. The destruction, or should I say, the genocide of the rhinos was the thing. Just wait, they're gonna have us go after over and over. I mean, let me tell you, Azteca is home of the defeat and collects or defeats so many. This place, there is so many of these quests, and you end up doing them over and over and over again. It's like mind-boggling, but that's okay. It's okay. You missed me. Oh, wait a second. It just looks like he missed me. Okay, very good. Boy, I can't wait for another 20 levels when we're able to get the deck that gives us an extra pip, so we can start off with 3 pips. Boy, that's such a great luxury, isn't it? Here we go. I'm standing so high up there. That's hilarious. Okay, this should knock these guys out pretty quickly. Let's go ahead and do some of those Thunderhorn zombies right now. Another nice thing about Aztec is you start collecting all sorts of sellable gear, so I can replenish my gold coffers. They've gotten a little slim recently. Yeah, I was buying some stuff. Well, mainly I was buying reagents. Looks like I'm going to try to headbutt him. How funny is that? Well, very good, guys. So I hope you guys have been enjoying the series, and if you have been one of those who've been enjoying this, don't forget to hit that like button if you're enjoying the episode. We'd love to get that feedback from you. And if you're not a subscriber yet, oh well, first off, if you are a subscriber, thank you. You guys are awesome. But if you're not a subscriber yet, you can join that group that I'm super thankful for and very happy to be associated with by hitting that subscribe button. Little things like that, they're both free. Hitting the likes and hitting the subscribes, but they support the channel and support especially small channels like me who are building up growth and everything. You guys are fabulous because you guys take the time to hit that like button. That subscribe really helps out a lot, and I can't be more thankful for those of you who've done that. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. Okay. There we go. More zombies set to rest. Let's head back over to Black-Eyed, to Diddle? Black-Eyed.
You duel Hungry Dead like you were trained in the Pyramid of the Black Sun. You've bought me a little time. Can you find some of the glowing Isar mushrooms? You can find some near the dwellings.
I've fought a few zombies before. Okay, by the dwelling, she said. That's over here to our left. Head over and grab some of those mushrooms. Here we go. Lots of Wizard mushroom. Makes Okay, Wizard mushrooms are captured. All those Quetzals are locked up. That looks like a side quest. We'll see if we have to involve ourselves with it or not. Head over here. The black-eyed flower.
You found some. These have strong healing properties. Thank you. You were sent here to look for the badge of leadership? Of course! King Aksaya's rule is imperiled without it. Our last king, Akampi Ritvis, still wore the badge when he was dragged off by the hungry dead into the mines. You need to delve into the deepest mines to find Akampi Ritvis and recover the badge of leadership. I believe King Akampi Ritvis was killed by the hungry dead, but no one knows for certain.
Now, I'll tell you one thing about Azteca is they really did ramp up the difficulty in some of these fights. Yeah. Azteca can be challenging, and there's a few reasons why Azteca can be challenging. One, some of the bosses are pretty tough, I'll be honest with you. Yeah, their health gets pretty high. In fact, you know, I think between Azteca and Chrysalis, we have the highest boss healths ever. And they can be pretty tough. Some of them are cheaters, right? Yeah, it's like that. Okay, a couple of Thunderhorn zombies shouldn't be any trouble at all. Knock these guys out. But the bosses do get pretty challenging here in Azteca, and that's part of makes it fun, I think. And also, like, when you get to, like, the major bosses of each area, a lot of times you're dealing with a double boss scenario. A double boss scenario at this level is tough. In fact, I think it's, well, yeah, I think that's hard. Like, you know, the last two worlds, we started being introduced every once in a while to having to duel 4 and 1, which is pretty difficult. But trying to defeat 2 bosses, yeah, it ramps it up a little bit, guys. It absolutely does. It ramps it up a little bit. 2 bosses can be quite the challenging feat, especially if one of those bosses is your school, because then you're also trying to deal with the prisms and everything to try to defeat them as well. My pips are just not being friendly. Well, let's throw up another blade. Why not? We got the room. Hey, my character's actually standing right. I think it's because well, I don't know why it's because. Huh. Bet you when we get out of here we won't, though. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. Now, I have been looking at the gear. So we're at level 80 right now. It's going to be 4 levels before we can be able to wear any of the new gear, the new craftable gear. And I was looking, and there are good boot choices and good robe choices for us to select from, which will actually be an upgrade from where we are right now. So we'll definitely be looking into that. Remember, our goal is to use gear that's going to benefit both our storm and our fire schools. And we're going to be dealing with, both our storm and our fire schools. And we're only dealing with the crafted gear because that's what gives us the best bonuses with both of those. Right. An elemental blade up. Knock these guys out. So those are the rules of the walkthrough. We're going to keep on going there. Now, I did look at the hats. I looked at the hats that were out there, and the hats, they're not going to really add anything. We might end up keeping the same hat that we have right now, which is fine for me. You know, in fact, I mean, as I recall, in this outfit, we did not. I think the only thing we crafted was the new robe. Yeah, because I think the boots are from last. Hey, pet rocking it. Look at him go. Mr. Murphy, the Regal Murphy. Let's go ahead and clear out some extra stuff here. About to fire dragon these boys. Nice. Yeah, I'll tell you what, one of the best things I ever did was to train this particular Fett to have a couple of good heals on him, especially doing PvE. Now, I wish he was more consistent at May casting those heals. That's the only downside about him. Because there have been some moments where him doing a like that, where him doing that would have greatly benefited me. There's been a few fights where him being on top of that would have been super beneficial. But that's just part of the May cast thing. Is you don't have any real control over it. You got to kind of wait and see. Okay, yeah, like he May cast us. He healed us twice. That is not the common occurrence here. Was he going to do it again? No, that's his blade. I also wish he would May cast the blade as well more often. Yeah, I got three May casts off this particular pet, and I really love it for that reason. We got the 2 heals, we got the shield, and we've got the dragon blade. I wish he would May cast that dragon blade more often. That would be absolutely fantastic. I would appreciate that as an adventurer if I could get that one cast a little bit more often, especially in some of these fights, because then it would save me time. But hey, you know what? Beggars can't always be choosers, so I'm happy with what we got. We got a really excellent one, and he's been pretty solid. Okay. Now, the meta guys out there, some of them will stand back and say, well, you don't got the best build for fire. I go, well, I'm not trying to do solo fire. Old Miner, let's talk to him. This mine in Cenote? Be here. I betcha we have to break this. Boy, this is a deep. Usually there's some advice in here. Let's go with the fire. Because that makes sense. It's ice, right? Oh. Looks like we get to use all 3. I haven't seen this dungeon for quite a while, so there we go. I love it when I run across a dungeon I haven't seen for quite a while, and I've got to figure it out. Notice how the old miner didn't tell me anything. Was he supposed to tell me something? I think he was supposed to tell me something. Yeah, and he did not tell me anything. He wasn't very helpful. Okay. Well, we got past that one. Oh, dear. Well, we got ourselves a challenge here. Let's make sure that our deck is prepped. Ooh. Let's go ahead. And did I ever get my fire shield? Oh, I'm a terrible player. I had never picked up my fire shield. What type of player am I? I'll go ahead and grab the thermic shield right now. Okay. So we need to defeat this guy. I can't be Reed Fist.
Greetings, outsider. I am the true king of the Aztecosaurs. My rule extends from even beyond death. Prepare to slake my hunger.
Let's heal up, and looks like we gotta take him on, so let's go ahead and take him on. This fight might be a challenge. Maybe I should have put in... that's okay. Alrighty, so I'm gonna dump this off for right now. I'm gonna go ahead and get a shield up because he's gonna hit me hard at one point. So... yeah, not bad yet, but it can be. So throwing up some thermic shields, not a bad idea. Not a bad idea at all. Okay, so we need to get rid of the other guy. Go ahead and Good, good, good. Nice, nice. Appreciate them taking the time to fizz. Always welcome. Okay, okay. Definitely get Stormzilla up and ready. Go ahead and put another shield up because we're probably going to knock off this shield. Ooh. Yep, saw that coming. You know what I love about the shields at this point is they really do help out a lot because we don't have a whole lot of Pierce going on yet in the world, and that's not a big thing for us to have to deal with. Okay. That is looking like it could be a good option. Oh. Ooh, he was waiting for me to lose that shield. Scoundrel. Ouch. That's going to burn. Could be worse, though. Could be worse. Okay. Perfect timing, guys. Let's throw that up. Okay. Oh, no. Sometimes these are worse than any of them. I could be in trouble there. Yeah, okay, I'm starting to get in trouble here. Okay, I gotta get rid of his buddy. How are we gonna do that? How are we gonna do that? This is how we're gonna do it, guys. Oh, yeah. Well, as long as we don't die this round, we should be able to get rid of his minion. Wow, that's unlucky. Okay, luckily enough, he doesn't have much pips left, but we're not in good shape. We're still taking it. See, this would be a great opportunity for the pet here to actually give us some cover. Yeah. Magnificent hit. Not enough to finish off a Campy. That's okay. He's stunned for a moment. Wow. Hey, that is good timing there, Buster. I'll tell you what. Let's go ahead and do some additional prep while he's stunned. Unfortunately, he's going to come out. He's going to hit me pretty hard this next. That's okay, guys. We are still in it. Very, very good. Righty then. Nice, nice heal too. So that kind of helps us out right there. Alrighty. So what's the best plan for this? I say what we do is we need to go ahead and get Stormzilla pumped up for a nice solid hit. Ooh, perfect timing. Glad he fizzled there. That allows us to go ahead and get some protection up. Tell you what, guys, you got to go in these things with a plan, and my plan's working. Okay, we're not going to use the fire blade. I know that for sure. Get another thermic shield up, and then we're just going to start blading. I should have another storm blade. Now, see, this would be a great time for my dragon to give me my dragon blade. But I don't think he's going to do it. Okay. That scoundrel. Did you see what he did? He did an AoE on me to get rid of my shields. I'm sorry, AoE. A DOT. Damage over time. Well, he is fire. Okay. I might have to do a We need to get some blades up. Go ahead and get some blades. He's going to hit me hard, so we got to be prepared for that. I do have time for a reshuffle, though. We might end up doing a reshuffle here while we have a moment. That might be a good call. Get rid of it. Oh, actually, guys, this is a much better deal. Totally forgot about that feint I had sitting in my deck. I need to get back in the habit of keeping feints ready to go, because I think the best thing for me to do is train feint. So we might go back and train feint, guys. Oh, check out my pet bringing it alive. I think he saw me put that trap on myself and said, we gotta help Dum Dum out here. You know, Dum Dum setting himself up for a big clobber. Okay, so we got all the blades up that we have? No. Let's add one more blade up, and this should finish this guy off. Well, this fight couldn't have gone better. And would a prism have made a big of a difference? I don't know if it would have made a big a difference or not. Oh, I think it's also helped that he's been fizzling a lot, too. That does not hurt. I think what makes this dungeon tough is you end up going through a couple of fights to get down here, so if you didn't come in here with potions and stuff, prepped for what you need to do, it could be a problem. Oh, yeah. Yep, I think I need to train feint, because I'll forget less about feint if it's actually in my deck. Good night, Reed Fist.
You'll have to take the badge of leadership from my cold, dead hands. Oh, wait.
That has to be one of my favorite lines in the game. I love that line.
You do as the fallen king said, and remove the badge of leadership from his cold, dead hands.
It's one of my favorite lines ever.
However, it continues to radiate with a strong feeling of death and the underworld.
Okay. I love the teleporter, which gets us to the exit, so we don't have to like walk all the way back out. I appreciate those quality of life things right there. Okay, let's go talk to Black-Eyed Flower, because I think we just got what we needed for the king. Pretty awesome. I think it's pretty awesome. Let's make sure.
You have recovered the badge of leadership. Well done, young magician. King Akampi Ridfist's demise will be recorded as a great tragedy, but at least we know his final fate. You are right, young magician. The badge of leadership has become corrupted by death magic.
Of course.
While that would be fine for an undead king, it's not so fitting for a new untested ruler. You'll need to reconsecrate it before returning it. There are several things we will need. Collect raw gold from around the mines. You'll also need fire quetzal venom. You can get some from the fire quetzals kept by the dwellings. Finally, you'll have to gather broken calendar stone pieces by battling the Moonskull zombies who stole them.
Tell you what, this world is the king of defeating collects and collects. But unfortunately, guys, that's all the time we have for today. Thanks for hanging out with me again, Kieran Ashhammer, for the Dual School Fire and Storm